Hey explorers, this episode was brought to you by Anchor.fm. It's the distribution service that we use to get this podcast to you. And to be honest, it's great. It's free. There's tons of creation tools that let you edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. They upload it to everything, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and tons of others. You can even make money with no minimum listenership. So it's got everything you need in just one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
So little bubbly puffs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very reasonable. I feel like that's a very practical answer.
Like you can make bubbles in different sizes. Hello?
Yeah, so it's like the world's only bubble-based language.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hello!
It's a new show!
Yeah, our very first episode of our new series.
Welcome to this lovely tavern, The Short Rest.
The Short Rest.
We're going to be sitting here and we're going to be talking to people. This is a place where we can talk about more social parts of D&D.
Yeah, we have done even less preparation than we normally do, so hence the name.
And today, we have a very special guest. It's Lynn!
Hi everybody. This
Welcome.
is Ling speaking.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Ling, and you guys won't remember my Chinese name, so I'm Ling.
Oh, I'm sure that someone will, if you try.
And then I'm some sort of aged, and maybe I shouldn't tell them my age. And
secret.
I'm quite a pretty girl in real life.
For a 45-year-old.
Do I sound like 45? I play D&D with these two hosts.
Knuckleheads.
Yeah.
So, this episode we're going to take, I think, a little look at playing D&D in a separate language. What's that like? Tell us, Lynn. Tell us everything right now.
So first, English is not your first language,
Yeah.
but you play in a group with
A bunch of English
a
speakers.
bunch of English speakers.
Which is so annoying.
Our group is very international. We have...
Yeah, but English is the primary.
Yeah. So, you're not the only person doing it in a second language.
Yeah, but
we have
I
an
feel-
Indonesian and a Russian.
Yeah, but I feel the English is way better than mine.
Your English is great.
Would you prefer it if the whole group spoke Chinese?
Actually, no.
Why not?
Because Chinese
that's
people,
interesting.
Yeah, Chinese people, they don't talk in that casual way, mostly.
Even
If
when
you-
you're hanging out with your buds?
Yeah, they really don't talk. I feel like Chinese people won't know that many things.
Is it the culture or is it the language that is like?
And what do you mean by they don't know?
They know basically Chinese history, but based on TV shows, so...
Oh, like the
don't know.
variety of knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's, well, because our group is quite international.
Yeah, but still, I feel you guys know way more things.
Well, thank you. I do try sometimes.
But if it's based on the Chinese history to have D&D, like the stories and cultural things, I don't like it.
Yeah, there was a RPG. I think it was an RPG called Legend of the Five Rings that was based in like very Asian. It was huge in China, like really, really popular.
Have you ever
popular.
heard of that?
No.
I don't know the Chinese name.
No, I might neither.
Yeah.
You know the 5 ring Beijing?
Like
the ring roads.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's named. It has nothing to do with ancient anything.
It might have been a
It's
card
like-
game. I
It's
don't
named
know.
after highways. Yeah. So if you wanted to, would you try playing
I will
this
try.
Chinese version of an RPG?
Yeah, but I will try. But I doubt because D&D has loads of books. You see, it's quite professional. All these
Yes, we
books.
are very professional.
Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine like Chinese people make this kind of books that have very detailed rules of how you play and.
I mean,
what
in my
kind of
interactions
monsters.
with Chinese bureaucracy, I feel like this is something.
There's a lot of written works on
Yeah.
many topics.
Like also you can play in a very wild way because in a Chinese culture, for example, I think people will feel hard to imagine that we're in a tavern and we got like drunk and then I wake up with a baby or get married with a man. It's really hard for us to make it happen in our story to make.
So-
it's quite limited.
This sounds mostly like a kind of cultural thing.
Yeah, it's more like a cultural thing.
Right. So you think that
I
like
feel like there's less fun if we're playing with them.
so variety is key.
Yeah.
Having that. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and I want to ask you about your first character in D&D? Do you remember?
Can you give me some hint?
It's not a right or wrong.
I just remember the most important thing is that I like to burn things, and that causes a lot of problems. People have to talk to me. You can't burn things all the time.
So let's switch to, what is your longest running character in D&D?
Frankie.
Tell us about Frankie. Who's Frankie? Introduce Frankie.
Well, Frankie was a tiefling and have a criminal background, and he likes to destroy things, kill, steal, and always cause trouble.
So very much like you in real life. It was a real projection
It's
of yourself.
not like that. Maybe I would imagine, I would go to bankrupt. No, not bankrupt. I rob the bank and steal money. But in real life, I won't do that because I know I'm going to prison for that. But in D&D, it's okay if I'm in prison because my friends will come to save me, and I have magic. I will get out. That's the fun part of D&D I like the most.
Do you think playing D&D in English lets you escape more from, I don't want to say like from reality, but does it help you get into that mindset where you say where you're away from reality?
I think it's not because it's English, it's this game.
That's very heartwarming, actually. It's the game, it's international.
The power of
it's
the
a
power
game.
of D&D.
Like, can't let you do anything you want and be anyone you want. Not anything because you have to roll the dice. Maybe sometimes you can't be successful. So generally, I feel like the whole game it's not English, it's a game. But English, it gave me some trouble in the beginning because I don't understand most of the words you say.
Because it's like a completely new vocabulary.
There's a whole wall of... How was learning that?
Good, because after you repeat many times, I will remember. When first, I think you like to say yank a lot. I don't know what yank is.
Oh, yeah, okay, like to pull, not
but you would
not
make
like Toby's British and is making a slight on the
but you would make the gesture yank.
Like I'm pulling a rope or something.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that you like draw these pictures for us, even though I couldn't understand most of the things you say. But when I see the things you draw, I would understand it.
So has D&D become kind of like a good English language learning tool? Like, do you feel like it's improved at all from
That's
playing?
not true because those words you basically won't use in real life.
What about
just
practicing just speaking spoken English? I mean, I guess you speak English so much all the time because we hang out a lot outside of game.
That's true.
But if we didn't hang out, do you think D&D would be a good way to practice spoken English, even if the words are a bit weird?
Yeah, it is. I think it is because in the end you have to talk.
Have you ever refrained from doing something because you were afraid of how you would convey what you wanted to do?
Not really, because I figure like if I don't know how to say it, I will just use the simpler ways, this, that, or just describe it, and then my friends will just try to help me.
You've always struck me as the person that will burn down this tavern one way or another.
Not just me, like Levin also do that.
That's true. We have multiple culprits.
Going back to the vocabulary side of D&D, do you have a favourite word?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Carousing.
Carousing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a fun part every time.
Yeah.
How would you describe carousing?
Carousing is when you get so drunk and you don't even remember what you did.
We have not talked about carousing on this show yet.
We haven't. That's going to be a whole episode in of itself. Downtime activities.
Yeah, we fixed carousing in our game.
Carousing is great.
So, switching gears a little bit again, I kind of wanted to ask you what is the most confusing thing about D&D? Like the rules that it's kind of like hard to figure out.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out the rule yet.
Just all of them.
There's a cool podcast you should listen to. I can't remember the name right now, but they go over the rules.
Who is the host?
Yeah, just the way that they were written though.
Just the way that they're written.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
the hosts are very handsome, which you get across in audio form.
Like, I feel like in the beginning, there's so many to read to how do you make a character, and I really struggled. I need help every time to figure out the numbers and the attributes. But I have a Chinese player's handbook in Chinese, mostly in Chinese, but the names are in English, like the attributes name in English, so I can understand them better. Mostly I would read the Chinese book first and then go to the English version, and then I can connect them. So it would be easier for me to understand
both.
English. Yeah, I use both. I have to use the Chinese version, or it's really hard for me to read. I have a problem reading. It's kind of ADD or something.
What about like now though? Is there anything in particular that's still really difficult for you to understand?
Yeah, a lot, because still the words problem. I don't know many words. I have to look up to the like dictionary to understand it. Yeah, especially in the spell books.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
hard.
it's a lot of just like made up words as well. So you
Yeah.
can't even tie them to a Chinese word, I guess.
Yeah, but I have Chinese version of the spell book.
Do they have translations
really
for
good
the made up
question.
word names?
Yeah, is there a Chinese translation for every
Like
spell?
like the spell
they
Tasha's
have, they
hideous
have.
laughter.
But they're not direct translations. Mostly they would say what a function is, basically.
So was there anything that you thought would be a lot harder than it actually was?
I thought it's gonna involve a lot of speaking, but turns out it's not.
It doesn't?
I thought it
in what
would
way?
involve I keep talking, but turns out like there are stories and then your reaction, and then you don't have to speak publicly all the time because you can talk to your friends. You know, we have this small talks with Marina.
Yeah, the side talks.
She would and the hard part, I never thought about it because it's just all hard for me in the beginning.
just just everything is just this equally difficult. slope.
Yeah, and I have a lot of fear because I'm afraid I won't be able to play it well. But it feels like that you don't really think about it seriously, even if things I don't know, like people will explain to me.
How do you feel when you're in the spotlight, when you're having to talk in a second language in the spotlight?
Oh yeah, like sometimes you guys force me to make a speech. It's just
When you say you guys.
I feel so nervous. Like my mind stopped thinking. But I would manage to make it, but it will, if you noticed, it cannot last long. Like I would start maybe fine, but in the end, no, I want to stop. That's what I think.
Yeah, is it because you're nervous, like socially, or is it because
My brain has went blank. All the words I know at that moment has been squeezed out. I have nothing else to say. So I have quite a stop out. I am too nervous speaking with too many people. So like my kind friends will okay, so you can stop here.
Yeah, we
What
always
language-
appreciate like just the trying.
What language do you think in when you play D&D?
I think no language. I mostly
pictures.
I mostly think pictures and imagining sometimes.
That's actually wild.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I would think about some English words. Yeah, I guess if I think some words, it should be English, not in Chinese. But otherwise, it's just pictures and actions in my mind.
That's very cool.
Do you think that the size of the group is good, or does it matter?
I think it matters because when there are too many people, I can feel our DM cannot like pay attention to everybody.
I feel I should say we have a group of, I don't think we've mentioned, we have a group of 6 people for the
Yeah.
most part, which is huge by D&D standards.
Yeah, it's quite big. That's why when I notice like when it's not that person's turn, because we play at night most of the time. After people get off work, I feel like they can't be sleepy. I can see that. Even I will be like that. If I can't get enough attention from the DM, I'm going.
Yeah. Would you prefer a smaller group then?
I do, but I feel the only thing is like I like big group is because we have many different kinds of people.
Yeah.
So I feel we can do more things. Like this one has this function, this one can do that. So combined, we can do a lot of things.
Do you mean mechanically?
Yeah,
What about story-wise, having that many people?
I don't really like having that many people. You say in stories.
It takes away from Lin time.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you'll have less time that is.
You know
what you've gotta
available for
do?
yourself.
You've got to murder your party members.
She's been working on it.
No, but I can't. Like even in the beginning, I think I will murder them. But we played so long, I feel like we got friendship in the game already.
Oh, have you learned like a social rule in D&D? Like something that you wouldn't think would be either a problem or a good thing, but then found out through playing like, oh, this is not a good thing or a really good thing.
Well, yeah, the biggest problem to me is like I always cause trouble, do whatever I want until I gotta talk with, serious talk. After D&D, I just realized, yeah, I shouldn't because we're a team. Like, we have to do things together if I do something wrong. Yeah, one thing surprised me is like when I do something stupid, like kill someone, my first impression would be, oh shit, I'm gonna die. But then after D&D, I feel like they're gonna come to save me. Well, that surprised me because I feel, Like it's like a big family. They will not ditch you.
You'll always hide your murders.
Yeah, that's the thing that surprised me. I think that's a big part that I really like this game.
D&D training serial killers.
Yeah.
Training to be
40
complicit in
years.
serial killings.
So how has your character changed in game? Like, has their personality? Have you like changed your character's personality throughout the game?
I think I do. From the beginning, I'm a criminal and I hate everything. I want to kill everything. Revenge is the biggest issue to me. But then,
You found God.
We found no, not God. But we found then we have our land, and then we're gonna start a new life. And then I start to think, oh, maybe we should think about the future and build a house and be responsible for things.
Oh, so that was like a turning point. Like you can have this is like a moment where you had change.
Yeah, and also with the friends. Like after I've been saved by my friends many times, I would feel, I think I should value friendship more. And when my best friend died, it's really, really sad.
That was me.
It's so sad.
Our listeners don't know that Orin the Barbarian is dead.
That's true.
Yeah,
Long live.
and then
Orin the Barbarian.
I turned my hatred to the DM instead of my friends in the game.
Thanks.
So that's why now our goal is try to figure out a way to kill the DM.
You say our goal. I think it's your goal, Lane.
It's just right now. It's the stage 1 gather support.
And also, I think I have a new race, or what does that call? I'm not a
Yeah, you went from a tiefling to a wood elf.
no.
Right?
Yeah, and also my profession, or what do you call that?
Your class.
Your
Yeah, my class.
yeah.
Changed from a rogue to moon archer that is created by my DM.
Yeah, it's a homebrew.
Yeah, it's basically a spell archer. You're an archer who can cast
I'm
spells
very
with a bow.
powerful. And
It
I'm
is OP.
blessed by Luna, the moon god.
It's pretty.
So I feel I
proud of
have
it.
to be
You've
more.
also changed gender.
Oh yeah, I have changed gender.
You're basically a new character.
Yeah, and I hate that because I was a man in the game, which I like a lot because I can fuck around. And I can be rough. But then I have changed to a pretty woman.
You can still fuck around and be rough.
Yeah, but it feels wrong. I'm still a Chinese inside me. I can be a man do that, but I can't be a girl do that.
Oh, actually, I want to ask, are there any cultural barriers within our group that are tough for you?
Oh yeah, the
To
gay
understand.
marriage thing really bothered me.
The gay marriage thing? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, my friend, he got crossed, and then when he woke up, he was married to some guy, and they kind of actually fall in love in the end. Well, I don't like that.
How do you feel?
He's my friend, but what do I say? I feel there was a moment when my friend Aiden, he valued his husband more than us, and I got angry, I had an argument with him, and he got angry too.
So how did that situation resolve?
Do you guys remember that? I need
Oh
something.
no, I mean
Oh.
how did your feelings change? Do you still feel this way?
No, when we get to know each other more, I feel we're family. That's why I feel okay. If you're like a guy, maybe I will accept it.
Alright, fair enough. Still feels like you have been able to change a lot though.
I've changed.
Is this
the
the gay
whole-
agenda that they've been talking about?
It's their D&D that turns the world a little bit more gay. Alright, are there any other things that you want to talk to us about? Any unique
Do you have any
experience?
questions for us?
Or just anything that we didn't cover so far that you think are important to your experience?
Why can't I have a dragon in the game? I've been asking this a long time ago and always get the answer no. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. If you can't have a dragon, why play this game?
Toby?
I don't have a satisfying answer for this.
Yeah, and yet he gave another character a tiny dragon.
I'll give you a tiny dragon if you want to take. You got a griffin. I gave you a griffin.
Yeah, you do own a griffin.
Yeah, but people get greedy.
So you want a griffin and a dragon?
Yeah, of course.
What if I take away the griffin and give you the dragon? Have you not grown attached to
That's not fair.
Equivalent exchange.
How can you take away my griffin?
Are you not close to...
The dragon eats your
DD.
griffin.
I am. Like, you can't take it away.
Do you want to tell us about your griffin's name, actually?
Yeah, my griffin's name is DD.
Why is his name DD?
Well, because when we created the griffin character, I could think about nothing. I think I took a DD that night to be here.
Is
Uber
DD is
in China.
Yeah, Uber in China. Yeah, because maybe also I think like I can ride him. It's probably
so he's
sort of like
taxi.
a DD.
Yeah, I just thought that was a good story.
Well, I like my griffin is a pretty dumb character. It was just, yes, sir. Okay, sir.
He's got a heart of gold, though.
Yeah, but he's very loyal to me. That's the most important thing.
So would you rather the dragon or the griffin?
I want both.
You get... Okay, I'll kill them both. You get neither now.
I'll
Too
kill
greedy.
you. I'll kill you then.
I think that about wraps up.
All right. Thank you for joining us at
That's
the short
it?
rest.
Okay, the rest.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Wait, are we having a rest or is that the end?
This
the
was
end.
this was the short rest. Now we go on into battle.
Oh, what battle?
The rest of the day.
Yeah. Life.
Oh, okay.
That is life.
Plug time. All right. So if you have any questions that you want us to answer, any comments, any suggestions, you can email me at toby@rulesaswrittenshow.com and you'll probably get on the show. Because to be honest, we don't get many emails. So your chances are almost 100%.
It sounds kind of sad.
Also, yeah, you can't say that. You have to say, oh, yeah, email me, whatever. I might reply you or not because we're busy.
Oh, you should have done that plug. That's so cool.
Damn it. What have you got, JT?
Send us an audio message at rulesaswrittenshow.com so we can feature it on our show.
Yeah, we can throw that in there. Your voice could be broadcast to millions.
Support us by going to our site and clicking the support button on the episode page. We accept all kinds of currency. Better more than $10. Thank you, everyone.
All right, on that note, farewell. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.